Welcome to Lexington, Kentucky, the final game of SFLm Week 5 action as Memphis is in town. The River Runners and the Miners coming up next on the SFLm on YouTube alongside Alden Bleeker. I'm Cameron Irvine, and we're ready for more minor league football. How you doing, Alden?
I'm doing good. It's amazing to be here. First week broadcasting for the SFLm. And for both these teams, they'll be looking to bounce back after pretty disappointing losses last week.
Should be a good game. We got two of the newer faces in SFLm squaring off, and I think both these teams have a little something to prove tonight.
O.J. Bruin looking to prove that he is the quarterback to take. And meanwhile, Dave Burr on the other side will look to prove his worth.
Dave Burr, always the chatty one in the chat. We'll be giving chat shout out soon. There's a look at Bruin. He's going to call the toss and calls tails. It's heads. Lexington wants to kick that ball away. It's O'Shaughnessy making that decision. And we're almost ready to rock. Lexington's in their grays and blues. Memphis in the road red pants with the white helmets and the white top. Ball's on the tee, in the hands, in the air. That is Hubert Murphy. Lexington, kick it. We're underway. On a return from the 10-yard line. Nicely done out to the 31, and we'll get our first look at O.J. Bruin.
O.J. Bruin, 96.9 overall QB rating, second highest in the SFLm. He'll look to go to work here.
Much improved in his second season of the Miners. Memphis starts with two backs in the backfield. Three receivers, two off the left side. Nickel look for Lexington's defense. The handoff goes to the shifty G.P. Wells. He picks up a couple. Tackle made by big number 96, Mark Radson.
G.P. Wells has really been one of those runners that can take a little bit of space and turn it into a big burst run at the other end. And he tried to do just that there.
Watch out for Brogan Spiraw on the defensive line for Lexington at defensive end there over towards the top of the screen. High formation, 2nd and 8. A little flip out to Wells, and Wells is going to be dropped in the backfield, making an immediate impact there for Lexington. Was outside linebacker Chad Owens will force a 3rd and long.
And again, another good idea that didn't quite work out, but I think the more that G.P. Wells gets these kind of touches, the more it's going to work out for him.
Straight for Memphis, and they're going long, and Bruin escapes pressure, but not for long. Sack for a loss of 6 yards. That goes to Darren Fuller, and Lexington's defense starts off with a 3 and out.
O.J. Bruin been sacked about 5 times on the year, and getting hit there, pocket collapsing, had to do something. Got to give him credit for trying.
Memphis not the start they were looking for. We'll have to punt it away. Lexington comes after it and misses on the block. Fair catch called for at the 39. Dave Burr is the quarterback, 6'7", 222. And for the first time, we welcome to the field cornerback Roy Vance of Memphis in his first action as a Week 5 signee. Bailey O'Shaughnessy, what a beast in the backfield for Lexington. Dots the I. O'Shaughnessy breaks a tackle and picks up 5 out to the 45. O'Shaughnessy 3rd in the SFL with 471 rushing yards and 3rd in yards per carry at 5.1 a clip.
And you really see how he gets it there, just running it up the gut, no frills, picking up some good yardage.
Douglas Brown leads the minor leagues and Albuquerque with 622 yards and 7 touchdowns. They are on a bye this week, still undefeated. 2nd down and 5. This is Burr on the throw, clean pocket, check down O'Shaughnessy, and O'Shaughnessy can't run away from oncoming traffic. That's Chase Amherst with the tackle for Memphis.
And Dave Burr, going back to him for a second, has been a fairly reliable passer. 85 complete passes, the second most in the SFLm on 132 passes. So accurate and active.
It's worth noting that here at SFL HQ we do have lightning in the area. Just saw it outside my window, but the backups are ready, and hopefully we don't have to deal with any craziness tonight. That pass is caught by Burr for a first down to the 48-yard line, and that hauled in on the outside by David Garris.
Great athletic play by Garris. Gets the catch, finds the space to run. Lexington looking to march down the field.
Madison's up early, 10-3 on Birmingham's to start the second block of the night. This is a floater from Burr. Oh, it's caught. First down to the Memphis 28-yard line. A heck of a lofting football to tight end Lawrence Perry. It's the first down of the Memphis 28-yard line.
Well, we talked about how they were running it up the gut. How about passing it up the gut? That's what you saw right there. Great pass, great catch, great play all around for Lexington.
Burr throwing it just past the strong safety, Danny Sakoridis. Burr, deep drop back out of the eye, fires it outside, caught. First down to the 17-yard line. That hauled in by Brian Way for the first down into the red zone.
Continuing to march, we were talking about before this game how Memphis can be explosive, but Lexington also providing a little bit of explosiveness.
6:50 to go in the first quarter. Nice drive for Lexington here after Memphis with 3 and out. O'Shaughnessy picks up 3 yards, or he's cut down by Zed Markoff, 6'3", 241 rookie, playing outside.
And you really love to have a runner like O'Shaughnessy on your team as a coach. He threatens to run up the gut every time, and it creates options as a passer, as we've seen so far tonight.
Sidecar left for Bailey. And they're going to go away from him this time. He's going to stand in as a blocker. Berg goes over the middle of the field. That pass is caught 1 yard shy of a first down again, thanks to Markov. But this time, Eric Ketchum, a week 3 signing, continues to work his way into this Lexington playbook. We'll bring up a 3rd and short.
Memphis defense all over Ketchum there, but you have to respect the athleticism to make the catch and the strength to stay up.
See if they go to Bailey here. Out of the eye. They do have a fullback, Aaron Alexander. He's going to be the lead blocker, and Bailey's got a touchdown. Terrific job by Aaron Alexander to seal the side, and Lexington's on the board first.
Well, in that entire drive, we saw it, right? GP Wells running on offense, creating the spaces to pass, and the pass there, creating space for Bailey O'Shaughnessy to run. Touchdown Lexington, just how they drew it up.
Halfway through the first, not the start Memphis wanted. They're 1-2, and now Ottawa's hot on their tails after the Cavalry pulled an upset victory over San Jose in the early window. Final score of 20-6 in that one. That was a wild and wacky game. Lexington's kick is up and good, and it's 7-0 Miners trying to get back above 500. Once Memphis gets back, go ahead. Both
of these teams struggled last week, and you really have to think Lexington are going exactly how they planned so far.
Clean sheet for the Miners. Kick it away. This return from the 8, that is Harris, and Harris only up to the 28-yard line, and didn't get to mention it earlier, but the first SFLm game for Lexington. Inside linebacker Jaleel Usman, 6'1", 235. He's wearing number 54. Give him a friendly wave out there. Unless you're Memphis, of course. He's there leading in the front of the huddle. You can see him right on the 31-yard line there between the hashes. Now shifts left. 3 backs in the backfield for Bruin and the River Runners. They hand off to Wells. Nice spin up the middle. Look at Lexington's defense all over him. No gain. I thought for sure Wells had a hole there, but quickly closed down by Spiraw, who we spotlighted earlier, the defensive end.
Yeah, and like we said, he's really specialized in taking those gaps and expanding them. Lexington, not a big fan of those spin moves, though.
Second down after Wells can't find any room to run. Lexington's run defense has been terrific. Bruins going play action pass. That pass is complete. 8-yard gain. And hauled in again there by Harris, the return man. The receivers to watch out for tonight for Memphis. Number 18, Israel Adams. Number 19, Mike Churchill. Adams, the bigger of the two. They're both on the field right now. Third down trap, and that's a first down and more for Wells. A 10-yard pickup for J.P. Wells, and that's 10 of his 9 yards on that one carry. And finally, Memphis getting the offense moving.
And J.P. Wells showing his happiness, showing his joy after a well-drawn-out run. Great tactical, deceitful play calling on third down.
GP trying not to get shown up by Bailey O'Shaughnessy tonight. Wells on the season actually fourth right behind O'Shaughnessy at 5.6 yards a carry. That's second best in the SFL, but just 2 rushing touchdowns, 424 yards, and doesn't get as many carries as some of the others at the top of the board with 76. This is Bruin actually hit a defender in the face. That was Usman in his first game. Welcome to the SFLm. Maybe he'll get to the ball quicker next time.
Some miscommunications on offense so far for Memphis. Lucky that one wasn't picked.
Second down here for Memphis. First down's been a struggle, but second down's been pretty good on this drive so far. They hand it off to Wells, and GP gets another nice gain. A 7-yard pickup right up the gut. Nothing fancy, Alden, just simple mathematics running in between the hash marks.
Yeah, some good old school smash mouth football. Took either 2 or 3 tackles there, and really an old school power runner is GP Wells.
3rd and 3 at the 47. Wells 5'9", 205. Very similar to O'Shaughnessy, 5'10", 203. Wells going to get one more carry on third down and got it. 5 yards needed, 3. Wells now up to 3.5 yards a carry. And a really impressive start for G.P. Wells on the night.
Well, they say if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Goes right up the gut again, and it works again. First down, Memphis.
Madison just missed their second field goal of the first half. They still lead 10-3 over winless Birmingham. Memphis trying to get back to 500. Dump off to Wells. Wells, it is all about him on this drive. An 8-yard pickup. Tackle on the outside made by Darrell Bullock, the corner.
Well, different shades of the same color on either side. Lexington using the run to find options for the pass and vice versa. Meanwhile, G.P. Wells is running for Memphis, is covering for this passing offense that hasn't quite gone the way Memphis have wanted it to so far.
2 in the backfield here for Bruin. 7 in the box for Lexington. Hand off to Wells and unblocked off the right side of the line. Turn so we can give you some props. That was the easiest tackle that Chad Owens is going to have all year. Sets up third down. Bruins out of the shotgun here on 3rd and short. Wells going out, this time going opposite direction. Nice read from Bruin. The pass hauled in by Kent Harris. Harris having a heck of a first quarter, left all alone on a little corner route.
I talk about an athletic play. Just goes up, makes the stab, and continues running. Pushed out of bounds there, but a great heads-up athletic play by Memphis.
Alden calling his first SFL broadcast tonight. David Ware was supposed to be in the booth with me tonight, but had a family emergency, and keep him in your thoughts and prayers. Make sure everything's okay. First down of the 17. This is Bruin with a pump fake. Now opposite side of the field. First down to the 3-yard line. That's Churchill standing tall at the 3.
Well, Memphis has been explosive all season, and we're seeing it again here. The miscommunications on offense are being replaced now by big spurts of offense.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Field in Memphis.
When you can get a run game going, how quickly the pass game can open up for you.
Absolutely, all about options.
First and goal at the 3, 1:40 to go. Goal line look for Lexington. They're going off strong side. Wells gets a couple blocks. Touchdown, Memphis. GP Wells. The River Runners strike back after a 3-and-out on their opening possession. We're an extra point away from a tie.
The viewers can't see it, but I have my hands up in the touchdown gesture. Very proud of my team there. That is our offense all day. Just get those opportunities to move downfield, and it's worked out.
Chat shout-outs. David Leathers in there. Joseph Clausen. Caesar Ackerman is representing Memphis, the tight end, 61224. Israel Adams there in the chat at wide receiver. Justin Reside. Burr, Derek Williams, as the extra point is up and good. Extreme Gaming is out there. 6 Machiavelli, hopefully I said that correctly. Aaron Alexander, the fullback in there. Jason France as well, the Memphis alum. Still playing in Tulsa. What a heck of a first season for France. Can't wait to see what he does with his career as Memphis will kick it deep.
To say that I lined up alongside him in that Memphis team. Amazing to see the things that he's done already in this young stage of his career.
This is a return up to the 28-yard line for Lexington. That's Brian Way on the return, and Dave Burr gets a chance to answer. 1 drive, 1 touchdown for Lexington so far.
Well, we've talked about how both teams are really exercising their options, using the run to create opportunities for the pass and vice versa. We'll see if Lexington continue to do that or if they make an adjustment here.
6 Machiavelli is Laquan Smith for Madison. Always good to know. Put a name to a name, so to speak, as O'Shaughnessy gets nothing off that left side. First man to the football, defensive tackle Isaac Forrester. Also, keep an eye on Morgan Mills. Rare to see 2 defensive tackles on the same team to keep an eye. Morgan, one of our many female players in the SFL, so that's awesome. Forrester signed just last week. 2nd and 12 of the 26, a minute to go in the first quarter. And Burr drops to throw, clean pocket. Burr's pass caught for a touchdown, or for a first down, the 43-yard line. Maybe I'm getting ahead of myself after the last drive. That's David Garras with a catch.
And a good reaction by the Memphis defense, but you have to give credit to Dave Barr and the receiver there. Defense did their thing, tried to knock him down, but great read on the offense there.
Caesar, that would make more sense that Laquan plays for Memphis. I could see him there now on the roster at corner, signing week 2. Welcome to the league. Burr, another clean pocket. Oh, almost threw a pick. And then a major hit at the end. Amari Rari comes flying in like a Ferrari, and Smith was the first to get there.
And everything that Memphis has done on defense so far this drive, other than giving up the first down, has looked much more impressive than their first drive. Very level game in terms of making these adjustments.
Lexington on a 2nd down and 10. Really haven't faced a lot of pressure on 3rd and long tonight. They're going to hand it off to O'Shaughnessy. Oh, nice juke. O'Shaughnessy back inside. Picks up 3. Again, the wrap-up made by Markoff. He's going to be busy tonight. O'Shaughnessy 17 yards on his first 5 carries.
And he just blew by Roy Vance there with the athletic move. Great play by this young player.
And they're not going to snap it again. That's the end of the first quarter. Memphis 7. They've scored on one of their first 2 drives. Lexington 7. They're on their 2nd drive. Fast-moving, high-paced first quarter. You're watching the SFLm on YouTube. 3rd down and 7 at the 46-yard line. 3-step drop, and Burr, I don't know how he got that out of his hands. Oh, they rolled it incomplete. That may be worth a challenge. Garras was on the receiving end of that pass. That was a pretty ball from Burr. It almost looked like he threw it underhanded. There's the challenge.
And they will throw the challenge flag here. I don't think he could have done anything better on that play beyond making the completion. Lots of creativity, lots of effort from Burr here so far.
That's a great challenge. I mean, you're going for a 1st down here. Watch this throw. The pocket breaking down. Oh, that we didn't get a chance to check it, but Garras, I mean, that's 2 feet in.
Looks like a catch to me.
Yeah, no
looks
question.
Looks like a catch to me.
Chad Rowland, head coach in Lexington, likes the overturn, and the Miners' drive will continue. Memphis still looking for a stop. The River Runners, well, they've had better times trying to stop opponents. They give up 20 points a game. Not terrible, but middle of the pack in the SFL. The difference is their offense at almost 28 points a clip has got them at least 1 win so far.
Disappointing last week for Memphis as they failed to convert on a completed onside kick. But things have been going better for both sides so far this game.
O'Shaughnessy picks up 6. Tackle made by Vance at the end of it, and it's 2nd and 4. Addison takes the lead in other action, 13-3. Birmingham's offense still struggling. New Birmingham quarterback this week as well, which you don't see very often in the middle of a minor league season. That pass is incomplete, whacked away by Roy Vance. And heck of a start for Roy Vance here in the 2nd quarter, all in his 1st game.
Yeah, and I've been seeing him around the practice fields, and he's really been working his tail off to try to get to the standard that we expect from a Memphis team. Very proud to call him a teammate.
3rd down and 4. Ball at the 38. Memphis looking for a stop. They could get it here. 3-step drop for Burr. That offensive line working overtime, but it looked like a miscommunication on the routes there as Garras was caught up in the wash with tight end Lawrence Perry. That missed timing is going to end up in the 1st stop of the night for the River Runners.
And now Memphis have been looking for the stop all game. Now the question is, will they be able to turn it to points at the other end? We've been talking about how explosive Memphis can be, and that's exactly what they'll need to do to win here.
This punt angled to the sideline. Oh, my goodness. Beautifully placed at the 2-yard line. I'm not even sure that Darren Underwood had to run down there and chase that ball. Can't do it much better than that.
A great special teams play all around there. Have to give credit to everyone on the line.
Bruins pushed back deep here. GP Wells rather, in the backfield. Fullback is leading the way and lost a yard, did GP. Tackle made by Isabella Blackwell. Week 2 signing, and both running backs pretty similar right now, 23 yards and a touch.
It's a game of parity. Both of these teams trying to do the same things and having more or less the same success so far.
Toss, and Wells almost stopped for a safety. What a dangerous play call on the goal line. All over it was Josh Rowe, the 6', 205 free safety, and now Memphis in danger of giving up 2.
Well, you have to admire the creativity, but like you said, very risky play.
And this time they go right up the middle to Wells, and Memphis will live to fight another day. So their 2nd 3 and out of the half, but not much you can do backed up on your own goal line in a tight contest.
Yeah, I mean, I think they'll be happy to walk away from this not having surrendered any points, but I don't think that necessarily means they'll be happy about it either.
Under 9 to play in the 1st half. Memphis punter Jack Keener does his best to get it away. Nice return there by Way. Is actually going to set Lexington up into scoring position. A net punt of just 24 yards. And I don't think that's what Keener was looking for. And Lexington's got their best field position of the night easily.
Well, Memphis has always been a team that had a strong secondary. And I guess we'll see how strong that secondary is here, as they are bent as it is and will try to not break.
3 receivers, 2 to the left for Burr. Burr hands it off to O'Shaughnessy. O'Shaughnessy comboed hit after a 4-yard pickup. First to get there was Danny Sakoridis.
Great play to chase down the halfback there. Got to stay with the play, got to keep running, and that's exactly why that stop was made there.
Now they flip the receivers. Nickel look for Memphis's defense. They're going to hand it off to O'Shaughnessy, running to the left. Nice open field tackle. He is a tough man to wrap up in the open field, and Amari Rari makes a great play. And if I'm watching this as an SFL scout, SFL general manager, Alden, I'm thinking this Rari could be a great run stopper in the slot.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the power run is quite prevalent in the major leagues as well. So to see him responding to it well here definitely bodes well for his career in the majors.
Wide open, first down. There was nobody covering Chris Armstrong over the middle of the field, and that's just too easy. Lexington back in the red zone. Eight carries, 27 yards for O'Shaughnessy, 3.4 yards a clip. Top of the screen is Zachary Patton. Been a little quiet tonight for Lexington so far. He's run a little drag route. They go opposite side of the field. That pass caught by Perry. It's a 6-yard gain. The 13-yard line, 7-12 and counting for Lexington.
Well, Memphis doing a good job so far of collapsing the pocket. The only thing that's unfortunate for them is that Burr is getting these passes out and he's completing them. We'll have to see if both of those trends continue for this offense and defense.
Terrific job by Brian French at center for Lexington. Eric Ketchum, also at tight end, has been helping out on the line. And a pretty quick play there from Memphis's front. That is 98 Johns. Don't have him on our roster. Third down. 3rd and 3. It's Burr, and he's going middle. That pass is caught. Kind of caught the Memphis linebacker, Amherst, a little confused at who he was going to cover there. David Garris with the catch, first down.
Yeah, and I mean, the worst possible outcome there for Memphis is giving up a touchdown. So, again, just like not giving up 2 points, I think they'll be glad, but not necessarily happy that they didn't give up 6 points there.
Goal line look here for Memphis. This is O'Shaughnessy up the gut, and nothing there. Combo stop led by Markoff, and it's back to work for Lexington. .5:40 to go in the second quarter. Only one in the middle of the field there at the goal line. Otherwise, press coverage. O'Shaughnessy is not going to get away. Swallowed up by Miles Gibson, an inside linebacker, and he's got a little something to say about that. And it's going to be back to the arm of Dave Burr to try to get this touchdown in for Lexington.
Well, and you can't fault Memphis there. I mean, they were reading run all the way, and that's exactly what happened. Great read on the sideline there, and great execution by the defense.
3rd and goal at the 8. Burr looking middle. Touchdown. Got it inside. That was Brian Way, who had the nice kickoff return, or punt return rather, for Lexington. And the Miners strike back, and the back and forth battle continues between two of the newest SFLm teams.
And this is something that's been happening all game. The pocket's been collapsing from the Memphis defense, just applying the pressure. And Burr gets these creative and sudden passes in anyway. Outstanding play from him so far.
Burr has definitely shown an ability to throw it into tight windows, but not necessarily down the field, right, Alden? I mean, it's been tight windows in the pocket, just trying to get the football out and staying poised and calm as the Miners take a 14-7 lead just before the half.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Burr is not one of those guys that has huge average carries, or has huge average receptions, rather, but he's very active. So he may be only getting, 5, 10, 15, whatever it is, yards per pass, but he's getting a large number of them per game, and it's working out quite well for Lexington so far.
Yeah, to that point, Burr at 6.6 yards per attempt is 6th in SFLm. Meanwhile, O.J. Bruin, number 1 in the league, at 7.6 yards per attempt, at 846 yards on his season. That is 6th in the league.
And O.J. Bruin, an outstanding quarterback. I don't mean to take anything away from him, but you also have to believe that G.P. Wells working out as a receiver and this receiver core as well have also been playing very well. It's nice life as a quarterback when your receivers are playing well.
GP picks up 3, some pushing and shoving there on the line. Everybody breaks it up. Both running backs now under 3 yards a carry as the front sevens have been stifling. Birmingham having to punt again. They're still down 13-3 in the third quarter. That is one young offense that Birmingham's got on that squad right now. This is Bruin in his second SFLm season. Fires it over the middle. That is caught for the 39-yard line. Caesar Ackerman, who's in the chat tonight, picks up the first down.
And a number of quarterback spots opening up around the league. We just saw earlier this evening, Josh Miller just announced his retirement, the Denver quarterback, 2-time SFL champion. And so a lot of these young quarterbacks in the SFLm have to be thinking about where they're gonna play, where their destiny lies.
It's an exciting time, especially given the fact that so many of those spots are open, as you were mentioning, and I mean, you got 3 or 4 games left to prove yourself before the playoffs and the draft. And Joseph Green, number 1 on the Sim Scouts Inc. board. He played earlier, but O.J. Bruin right there at number 2 on that board. This is G.P. Wells, takes the carry. It'll bring up 3rd down and 9.
Yeah, and Joe Green, another player that I've had the good fortunes to line up with. He's one of those guys that provides a positive atmosphere in the locker room, and he works his tail off both in practice and in games. So you really love to have that kind of player as a coach to build your offense around.
3rd and 9, 2:56 to go. Doing the Icky shuffle out there at the 43 on that Lexington defense. That pass is dangerous, and it's incomplete. Looking outside for Harris, who gets another target, but Lexington's defense all over it, and the Miners have really done a nice job of limiting the big play ability from the River Runners.
Yeah, I didn't quite see the number of who got that deflection there, but that was a dangerous spot to have a pass defense. Very likely to go for 6 if he had got his hands on it.
Punt is away, 2:50 to go in the first half. Fair catch called for at the 21-yard line, and that's where the Miners will set up.
Well, last week, the Lexington offense was really stifled by the defense of the team that they were playing. But so far this game, they've been under pressure. They've been taking hits. The pocket's been collapsing, but things have been working out for them anyway.
Formation here for Lexington, and off to O'Shaughnessy, trying to run away from the defender, but Morgan Mills makes the stop. If you're new to the SFL, the Simulation Football League combines traditional sports, esports, and a role-playing game into one. Team strategies are being executed in real time by our simulations as real-life players compete on the virtual gridiron. For more information about the SFL, visit our website at simulationfl.net. The SFL, we put the fan in fantasy.
And Cam, we've been talking all game, it seems like, about how this pocket is collapsing, and there it happens again there.
Yeah, that time Isaac Forrester said, "I've had enough of you." But, I mean, Burr made that happen longer than most quarterbacks might, but Forrester too much. Everyone covered down the field.
Yeah, and like we've been saying, you know, the pocket has been collapsing for Lexington. It's been an ongoing thing. But Dave Barr is that's when you're this active. That can happen.
2 minutes to go in the first half. Memphis 7, Lexington 14. You're watching the SFLm on YouTube. Earlier this week, got a chance to see Dave Burr's Lexington ring. It's not a championship ring, but he's already got a ring sporting his team, and he threw an interception. Memphis on the return. That is the slot corner. Chad Clemens with the pick, but Burr threw it into traffic, his first bad read of the night.
Yeah, and I mean, look at this. Chad Clemens reads the eyes of Burr there, and just hunts down the ball. Great athletic play from the Memphis secondary.
So now Memphis, sort of like Lexington on the Miners' second touchdown, has terrific field position, and that's good news for them since there's only 1 minute and 52 seconds on the clock. Plenty of time now with 3 timeouts just outside the red zone. This is Wells, and Wells comes face-to-face with Derek Williams, and Williams wins. 3-yard gain.
Well, it's like we've been saying, it's a game of parallels. Both teams have similar strategies, and both teams are pushing back in trying to make the same adjustments. It's going to be interesting to see how these changes, these tactical switches to develop over the course of the game.
Hand off to Wells. Wells picks up 6 down to the 13-yard line. Wells is moving here in the second quarter. Hand off Wells. Oh, how did Wells squeeze through there? First and goal at the 5.
Yeah, and that's really what he's been doing all year, is taking a little bit of daylight and just expanding his opportunities. Great athletic play there.
Wells. Oh, he stepped out at the 2. Still all 3 timeouts, though, for Memphis.
Yeah, he tried to hit him with the little step back there. Unfortunately, a little too close to the sideline for it to happen.
Madison now up 16-3. That game's a bunch of field goals. This game has been a bunch of touchdowns. Memphis trying to tie the game up here. 42 seconds to go in the first half. 3 timeouts. And Bruin fires to Wells. Touchdown, Memphis.
Another great touchdown for Memphis there. I mean, really, Ashley Jackson, SFL broadcaster, in the chat asking who's going to make the changes at the half. And I really think that's the question as we get closer and closer, because both these teams have been very even so far. They've been more or less successful trying to do the same thing so far. And so now the question is, when both the teams are like that, how do you stop it? How do you stop yourself?
SFL Nights with A.J. Stryker invading the chat and invading rookies' DMs. Make sure you get on SFL Nights if you're a rookie. Share your story. We want to get to know you, who you are. It's a great place to do it. And welcome back to Nelson Lozano. After a long absence due to health reasons, back had an episode earlier this week. I can't wait to check that out, and welcome back to Nelson. From the 9, Miners on the return. We'll see if they can break this tie here, although I think both teams probably feel pretty good about this first half, Alden. I mean, both teams have, they've gotten some great defensive stands. Their offenses have been clicking. Not a whole lot of bad play in the first half.
Yeah, and if I'm Lexington, I think maybe you run it here, give O'Shaughnessy a few more chances to try to make something happen on the run. But I think both teams are going to be very happy that neither of them are completely out of this yet and just try to make those changes.
Nice throw. Oh, missed tackle there. Open field run for Eric Ketchum as a first down to the 46-yard line. And talk about making something out of nothing there. Ketchum gets into Memphis territory, and all of a sudden Lexington can be aggressive.
Well, that noise you just heard outside your window was the collective gasping of every fan in Memphis. I mean, we were talking about how close this game was. Lexington almost put a nail in that coffin real quick.
Stops the clock, too. 27 seconds, both teams with all three timeouts. Memphis didn't have to use any on that last shortened possession after the interception. First down to the 46-yard line, 4-3 look for Memphis. Miners trying to regain the lead. Going to hand it off to O'Shaughnessy, and O'Shaughnessy gets his legs taken out from under him. Surprised Lexington did not call a timeout there. 20 seconds. Burr going to throw. Burr's in trouble. That almost looked like a hold. That pass nearly intercepted, and it's incomplete. In the way of Laquan Smith. But a dangerous ball there from Burr, who tried to make something happen, and lucky that Memphis did not take that the other way.
Yeah, Laquan Smith coming in as a week 2 signing for Memphis. And I asked him earlier how he felt about that compared to other Memphis players who have been there for the entire preseason. He said that hasn't fazed him, and I really think you're seeing that confidence there, just jumping for the ball, trying to bring it into his chest.
3rd and 8 to the 44, and Burr's going long into scoring range, and the pass is incomplete. Just didn't really have a chance to step into that throw, looking for Armstrong, and Memphis is going to end up getting the stop, and a punt maybe the last play of the first half.
It would be a very long field goal if they attempt it. I don't think they will, but not much time for Memphis to try anything either, so maybe you just go for it, but it looks like they will punt.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think you may try to go for this, get a 14-yard pass, get into some field goal range, but Lexington in a 14-14 ball game, not going to chance it. And this clock on the first half is going to run out as Memphis just lets that bounce, goes off a helmet. And Lexington, for the second time tonight, downs the ball inside the 5. But no matter. That's the end of the first half. And it's Memphis 14, Lexington 14. Doesn't get any closer than that, folks. We got a great one here to cap off week 5 of SFLm. Alden, what'd you see in that first half?
Well, it's like we keep saying, it's a game of 2 equals. And really the question as we go into the second half is going to be who's going to break out. Is it going to be GP Wells and OJ Bruin? Are the Lexington offense, or is the Lexington defense, going to continue to shut them down? And what's going to happen with this pressure coming from the Memphis defense? Is Burr going to be able to continue to react to that well? Or is the pressure going to start to get to him as we continue through this game? Guess we'll have to see as we go through the second half.
I think if I'm Lexington, I'm thinking that Bailey O'Shaughnessy's probably got to get going a little bit more than he did in the first half if they're going to want to hang with this Memphis offense. I think that was probably the one thing Lexington wished they got a little more of in that first 22 minutes.
Yeah, and GP Wells, all things considered, I mean, you look at this, it's a 14-14 game, but GP Wells has been doing his thing, getting these creative runs where you just burst through a little bit of daylight. And he's gotten a rushing touchdown, I believe, 46 yards and a rushing touchdown already in this game.
Look at the touchdown there for Wells. That tied things up at 14. Memphis has not led tonight, but they've tied the game twice, answered Lexington touchdowns with their own. We're all knotted up. This is the little tight end out route that turned into a big play, but unfortunately for the Miners, they weren't unable to do anything with it before the half, and that's a wrap on first half highlights.
An interesting stat that we saw at halftime there have been no field goals made by either team. This has really been a clash of offense versus defense so far. We'll see if that changes here in the second half.
Haven't even seen an attempt. Hubert Murphy for Lexington, and Nate Collier, who kicks it away there, been only busy on kickoffs. As Way will return that past the 25. Way with some explosivity tonight, gets it up to the 30. Shout-outs to M. Forestro, 26, Ethan Kai, Jeff Gagne, Mac Anthony, Joseph Clausen, Isabella Blackwell, 6 Machiavelli, David Leathers, Derek Williams, and many others watching SFLm action tonight on a Tuesday. Next week starts 3 consecutive Sunday evening slates in SFLm before we return to Fridays one more time for week number 9 as Bailey O'Shaughnessy, straight out of the second half locker room, picks up 7 with fresh legs.
And there's really nothing like Friday Night Lights. It's really an environment unto itself, and something special for these young rookies to get used to a more major league-like schedule. But you can't replace Friday nights, that's for sure.
2nd and 3 at the 37. Burr, creative route tree there for Lexington. All sorts of players open. David Guerras with that reception gets a first down for the Miners.
Yeah, and earlier in this game we saw a sack where that was just created by Memphis covering all the options. Really sort of saw the opposite there, where basically everyone was open.
First down at the 43. Burr, deep drop back, facing pressure, going to be sacked. Memphis brought the blitz off that right side, and that's eventually where the pocket collapsed. It's Trevor Flemons who gets the sack, but no match on the outside for Colin Cooley, the tackle. Couldn't do anything about that.
Yeah, and the pocket's really been collapsing for Burr all game, but that's the first time that he's gone down, I believe. I'll have to see if that's a continuing trend. Certainly would be a worrying one for Lexington.
At the backfield, 2nd and 18. That pass is caught on the outstretched arms of the receiver. Picks up 10. Tackle made by Laquan Smith. The SFL's 3rd season of minor league action is underway. You can watch every week on the SFL's YouTube channel at youtube.com/SimulationFL. Tip, you're here right now. The league is full of the newest players who have gone from couch to field and are hoping to one day be on national TV just like all the players in the SFL. Want to get on the field? It's never too late. Visit simulationfl.net to join our Discord community, create a player, and start building your career today. That pass looking for Guerras. Incomplete. 4th down. Memphis gets the stop.
Yeah, great idea there for Burr once again, but that's the stop that Memphis needed. And now as they get the ball back, we'll see if they can do anything with it at the other end.
Lexington moves the ball a little bit, but in the end doesn't have the ball for more than 2 minutes. Memphis gets it back. Punt is away from the Miners. Over to the 20 and not much else. Everybody chasing Albuquerque. 4-0 in the standings. Salt Lake got a win tonight. They're 4-1, and with the San Jose loss, Salt Lake now 1.5 games ahead of the next team down. Madison's 2-1. They're in action and trying to put away Birmingham at the moment.
Yeah, and last season, this Memphis team that I was a part of managed to gut out a playoff run. Certainly, guts is something that they'll be hoping to show throughout the rest of the season, hoping to get another playoff win, a playoff run, a second consecutive playoff run.
Bruin fires it out to Churchill. That's a 4-yard pickup. He runs out of bounds before anybody touches him. San Jose with the best defense coming into the night at 14 points a game. Lexington, despite that hot start against Birmingham, they're actually giving up the 2nd most points in the league. Only Ottawa giving up more, but Ottawa only gave up 6 today. So Lexington's got to figure out a way to stop this bleeding defensively as Wells gets the reception, and GP Wells has a first down to the 35-yard line. Wells 23 yards on 4 grabs.
No fear from GP Wells there. Just makes the play and runs down the sideline.
Nice look there from above. 8:30 to go in the third. Some low-scoring games tonight in SFLm. Be nice to see Lexington and Memphis get involved in a shootout here in the second half. They toss it out to Wells. Look at that speed by the defender. What a terrific play, getting outside the block. I didn't get a chance to see who got first touch on Wells, but Lexington drops him for a loss of 3.
Yeah, and I mean, excuse me. GP Wells trying to do what he's been doing all game, getting the space and trying to get creative, at least limited his yards lost there, if nothing else.
2nd and 13. Lexington showing pressure. They're going to back off. And Wells going to get the flip out. 5th reception of the night. Well covered, though, all things considered. We'll set up a 3rd down and 8. That's Ty Woodson on the stop. Four receivers here for Bruin. We've seen this look just once before so far tonight. 3rd down and 8. Wobbly pass is caught over the defense, wide open. That is Adams breaking a tackle. Touchdown. Israel Adams gives Memphis the lead. What a ball from Bruin.
And first big pass of the game. That's a spectacular way for it to come. Israel Adams just running, hit the full turbo, and he is gone by the time he has that ball.
Darrell Bullock on the coverage grossly underestimated where that football was going. It went right over his head, and Israel Adams gets the score. That is Adams' first career touchdown. Coming into the night, 18 receptions for $162. But Israel Adams puts Memphis up and makes some history in the process.
And if you're Memphis, you gotta be hoping that he can continue to do that all night long. Just burned his coverage deep, and he made a great athletic play. Combine those two, that's an easy touchdown for Memphis.
Shout-outs to I'm Half Problem, otherwise known as Mark Chisholm for Atlanta. Eddie Gage, otherwise known as Eddie Gage for Arizona. 2 owners in the league, 2 veteran owners in the league, and if you ever want to pick their brain, they're 2 of the best, particularly if you're talking defensive coverages. 1st down at the 28-yard line.
Eddie Gage, I believe, the SFL Hall of Famer. Is that right, Cam? Something of a defensive mastermind.
Yeah, Hall of Famer for sure, and Mark Chisholm with his player, Aquanta Shine, looking for that Hall of Fame berth. We'll have some Hall of Fame finalists and announcements coming up here over the next couple of weeks. Next class gets inducted August 6th through 8th, and August 6th more specifically at the SFL convention in Houston League City, as Bailey O'Shaughnessy with the reception picks up 9. Those quarterback numbers nearly identical, besides the Burr interception, which turned into a Memphis touchdown, and that right now is the difference.
Yeah, and it's spooky, isn't it? I mean, we talked about how even these teams are, and they're almost exactly even on the stat sheets, too.
2nd and 1, O'Shaughnessy takes the handoff, staying patient. Ball in the left hand, gets a 1st down to the 44. And we've seen this all night. When a team gets a touchdown, the other answers. This is the first deficit of the night for Lexington. They're trying to respond for the first time tonight.
Well, and Cam, it's like you said, Bailey O'Shaughnessy been trying to get more involved in the offense. That could be something that we see throughout the rest of this drive and the rest of this game even.
O'Shaughnessy picks up 8. The offensive front really starting to create the lanes for O'Shaughnessy and making it look effortless. Under 6 to go in the third. Still a slugfest over in Madison. The Lynx about to go to 3-1. They're up 16-3 over Birmingham. Still struggling. O'Shaughnessy breaks the tackle. got a first down to the 38-yard line, slowing them down at the end of the play. Sakalaridis with the stop.
And a great block coming in there for Bailey O'Shaughnessy on the front side of Memphis. Look at that.
Ooh.
Active block, picks up 23 and creates the space for him.
Aaron Alexander, kudos. Called the game in the early window. There's a look at Burr's numbers, 146 yards and a touchdown. Called the Ottawa-San Jose game, that is. High formation here for Burr. Burr going to hand it off to O'Shaughnessy. And O'Shaughnessy's lane gets slashed right up the gut. Zed Markov again. Brilliant run stopper for Memphis.
Well, we were just praising the block on the last run. Really sort of the opposite there. Nowhere for him to go.
Blocking is a finicky thing. Certainly a lot harder than they make it look out there. 2nd and 9, handoff O'Shaughnessy, and he's blown up in the backfield. Pushing backwards. That's Jackson Phillips for Memphis on the front. 3rd and long coming up for Lexington, still outside of field goal range.
Well, the pressure has been there for Memphis all game. It's really now that we're starting to see that pressure getting to this back line and starting to make an impact, starting to get these knockdowns.
Out of the gun. Burr hadn't been here very often tonight. 3rd down and long. Sidearm throw. Left side caught. First down to the 25. David Guerras has been owning this near sideline all night tonight. And it's another first down for Lexington. Terrific on 3rd down. What a zipper.
Yeah, and really credit to Dave Burr. You know, this entire game he's had to deal with his pocket collapsing, and yet he's still finding these openings. I mean, you really have to give him credit for keeping his composure and finding what's open rather than trying to force the issue.
Under 4 to go in the 3rd quarter. Memphis protecting a 21-14 lead, looking for the upset here. Plenty of time, though, as Burr goes straight back, finds Guerras. Nice route. Guerras, a little arrow up the middle, boxes out a defender, got 8 receptions on 11 targets. It's another Lexington first down in the red zone.
And the way David Gears is chasing down these balls, it seems like they're just being floated there for him to pick up. Really seems like he's moving at a different speed than everyone else on the field.
Flip outside. That's not O'Shaughnessy. It'll work just the same. That's Trent Wentworth giving O'Shaughnessy a breather. 7-yard pickup. Sakalaridis with another stop. Lexington knocking on the door with 3 to go. Mike St. Green in the chat. What's up, Mike? 2nd down, 2:50 to go. Hand off. And again, it's Wentworth. No O'Shaughnessy here down on the goal line.
I mean the runs have been there for O'Shaughnessy up the field, so you really can't fault Lexington for continuing to try it on this end of the field. But now the question is, how do you approach the situation?
Yeah, still no O'Shaughnessy on the field, and they're going to run it again. A surprise, and it's not going to get enough. Memphis all over the ground game. They try the diversion, not having O'Shaughnessy in, but there's Rari again making another terrific stop against the run. Lexington going to set, well, no, the offense still out there.
It's a bold decision, but even if they don't get the touchdown here, they'll still be in a pretty good defensive position.
Down 7. You'd hate to waste a timeout here late in the 3rd quarter. Trying to get Memphis to jump. They got 8 in the box. They're not budging, and Lexington's going to end up burning a timeout here. What a huge win for Memphis. Forcing the field goal, staying strong on the line.
Yeah, I mean, they can't just call a timeout there. Like you said, you gotta get something for it in return, and good chance to try to pull the Memphis defense offside there. No one biting, though.
So a chip shot field goal here. This is basically an extra point, except it's on the left hash mark. Memphis going to keep a hold of that lead. Lexington has not led in the second half. Chip shot field goal is good, makes it Memphis 21 and Lexington 17. The SFL broadcast team is looking to add new talent to our ranks of broadcasters. Just like Alden here, applications are being accepted now to try out for either play-by-play or analyst broadcasting positions. No prior experience is required, just a love for the game and a desire to succeed. The application can be found at our website at simulationfl.net/broadcasting.
Yeah, and the SFL broadcast team, I really have to give them a shout out for making this process as smooth as it has been. You know, I was nervous coming into this game, but having that team at my back has definitely made things a lot easier.
Mike Daggs, Director of Broadcasting. Chris Curtis, Assistant Director of Broadcasting. Should see both of them at the convention in Houston. Just toured the facility in person for the first time yesterday. It was immaculate. I can't wait to bring SFL Nation there, especially that amphitheater for live games. Whew, that is going to be fun. First down to the 27-yard line. This is Bruin out to Wells. Wells, not a lot of room to operate, and first to crack him there was Owens.
And again, you know, as the stats pop up, very, very even for O.J. Bruin and David Burr.
Heavy backfield here for Memphis. Resetting things after the 1-yard loss on a swing pass out to GP. 4-3 defense for Lexington. Fires it outside. That's again Wells. And couldn't even get the block set up on the outside for Churchill. Churchill looking around going, heck, what did you want me to do out there? 3rd and 12.
Lexington defense becoming inflexible in probably the best way that they could imagine. Going to be a tough play here for Memphis. Let's see if it works out.
Wells Bruin on 3rd and 12, deep one-on-one coverage and perfect pass defense down the field for Ty Woodson, a week 3 signing. Played that absolutely to perfection, and Lexington gets a much-needed defensive stop.
Yeah, covered him all the way there, didn't commit any fouls, and just reacted perfectly to the ball being thrown in his direction. Great play on defense there.
Oh yeah, Butter, I'm coming, I'm locking in.
4th down. Punt is coming. From the 38-yard line and not much else. Lexington has a chance here. Take the lead back.
Yeah, and really, you know, both of these teams are running out of opportunities to find that big gap, create that big gap between them. And so eventually one of them is going to have to capitalize on these opportunities.
Burr under center. O'Shaughnessy stands in to block. He's got nobody to block, though. Wide open. That pass is caught by Catcham. I have been super impressed with Eric Catcham. I mean, his first career reception goes for a touchdown. And, I mean, he looks like a really strong tight end. He's a young tight end, certainly in this class, getting picked up just a few weeks ago. But he's going to develop into a pretty awesome player. We'll get Alden's thoughts on that when we come back. End of the 3rd quarter, Memphis 21, Lexington 17. You're watching SFLm action on YouTube. Second and 2 coming up for Lexington.
And you really talked about how young this Lexington offense is. I think, you know, as much as this is a year for quarterbacks need targets too. And so these tight ends, these wide receivers, going to find themselves in a relatively good position in the draft as well, you'd have to say.
3rd and short. Nice play there by Saklaridis. Been all over the field tonight. Sets up a 3rd down and 1. And off O'Shaughnessy, breaks off a tackle, just shrugged him off like a leaf off a tree. First down to the 42-yard line. That was ridiculous.
That is some old school power running right there. Look at this. Just ignores the tackle almost. It's as if he wasn't about to be wrapped up there. That is truly impressive strength.
Miles Gibson, you just got O'Shaughnessy. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line of Memphis. Lexington on the run, on the move. 10:08 now to go in the fourth quarter. A very tight-knit game here in Kentucky. That pass is intercepted. How in the world did that ball stay off the grass? We're going to have to get another look at that amazing play by Saccolaridis.
And I was just talking about, old school offense. How about a old school dirt ball pop up there?
Off the foot. Incredible. That's one of the best plays of the SFLm season.
Definitely going to be on the end of the season highlight reel. Gotta love that kind of commitment on defense, that kind of creativity on defense.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line off of the interception. Memphis feeling it now. That pass is caught for an 8-yard pickup and running over O'Shaughnessy at the end of the play. Sean Brule adding insult to injury.
Yeah, I don't know how he didn't get called for that, but showing him what he thinks about that power running there.
Bruin, what a night. A 143.4 QBR. That's 15 points away from perfection. Bruin hands it off to GP, and GP Wells dropped in the backfield to set up a 3rd down and 3. Tackle at the end of the play made by Williams.
Yeah, and OJ Bruin, more than being a teammate, as an offensive lineman, I've had the opportunity to watch him grow, and he's really a leader in that locker room and on the field. Great to see him performing at his maximum capabilities now.
Wells on 3rd down, going to lose a bunch of yardage. This front 7 of Lexington, that time Owens with the stop, has been terrific on Wells for much of the night. And that interception, that brilliant interception off the foot, turns into nothing. And Lexington still plenty of time with just under 9 to go.
Yeah, really getting to be crunch time for both of these teams. But Lexington, I'm sure, will be thrilled that they didn't give up anything there other than some yardage.
And really not that much. Way on the return up to the 27-yard line. That's where Dave Burr will resume his evening.
And Bailey O'Shaughnessy, we saw him get tangled up in the sidelines there during the Memphis offensive drive. Now we're going to see if he comes out with a little bit of fire, some anger, some playing with a chip on his shoulder.
Hand off to O'Shaughnessy, picks up 7 to the 34.
Let's go.
Hand off to O'Shaughnessy, nothing there. Sets up a 3rd down and 5. So Memphis' defense really stepping up. I mean, O'Shaughnessy there in the 3rd quarter, Alden, it really felt like he was going to go off, and then they've kind of put the lid back on him again.
Yeah, definitely. And it's like we talked about way back in the 1st quarter. Having those being successful on the run can create options on the pass, and vice versa. Have to see if they can create some more opportunities for him to run.
Yeah, really surprised there. I can't believe they ran O'Shaughnessy. That's going to be a 3 and out, and the Miners are going to have to punt away. Not a single pass on that drive. Strange play calling there.
Yeah, and I was getting ready to say I wonder what the play call is going to be, but I figured it has to be pass, right? Definitely a head scratcher there.
Punt is away for Lexington. It's first down at the 31-yard line, and we're getting some reports in both games now that YouTube servers are having some issues. If you're listening to this game, watching this game, and you are seeing the game still, please let us know in the chat.
We're gonna keep going on the assumption we're live.
Yeah, nothing wrong here at SFL HQ. And certainly, nothing is 100% in the world of technology. GP Wells takes the handoff, picks up 5. Eddie's saying he has to keep refreshing. And we've seen some issues. Apparently, if you refresh, it's okay, perhaps. But yeah, we're not getting any drop frames on our end. If I could send a Twitch without going off the air, I would.
Yeah, IT tech is not my specialty, Cam. I wish everyone else the best of luck.
Wells picks up 4, brings up 3rd and 2 at the 39-yard line. Weird. Game buffers. People refresh the feed, and then it's back. And there's definitely something going on with YouTube, so we apologize for that. As this is a bomb from Bruin, wide open. Pass inside the 30 as a first down. It's Israel Adams. What a night for Adams. He hasn't caught a bunch of balls tonight, but the ones he's received have been super impactful to the game for Memphis.
Yeah, and I mean, just an athletic performance from him all night long, it seems like. Great play on the corner out there. Earlier on in the game, just streaked down the sidelines to get a big athletic touchdown. Great performance for that young man tonight.
First down to the 27. Wells on the handoff picks up 3 to the 25-yard line. And Memphis right now not worried about the clock. It just continues to tick, under 5.5 to go. Lexington they need to hold to 3 here. They may only have one more shot at this.
Memphis marching down the field, looking to put the nail in this coffin, looking to bounce back from a close win this week by finishing things on their own term.
That draw does not work. It almost did. Totally fooled the front 4, but Usman there to make the tackle in his debut game. Now under 5 minutes to go. This is the most critical 3rd down of the football game. Third and 8. Out of the straight. Deep shot, looking for the end zone. Into traffic, nearly intercepted. That would have been a huge interception. A touchdown would have won it. Now it puts it on the foot of the kicker, Nate Collier, to try to make it a 7-point game.
Yeah, and that's one of those plays that you watch through your hands as a coach. Had options, got defended, and then looked like it was maybe going the other way. Just nerve-wracking stuff.
This is not an easy kick. A 43-yard field goal. Right hash, right-footed kicker. Snap's pretty good. Hold is even better. And the field goal is good. So Memphis has taken a 24-17 lead. Memphis did not lead at all in the first half. Lexington has not led in the second half. And the Miners may get one last shot to try to tie this game.
Yeah, and I mean, that is just about as professional of a field goal as you like to see as a coach. Just steps up more than 40 yards. Who cares? Down the middle.
We're looking into the issue with YouTube, but when it's not on our end, there is not a lot we can do with it. I'm sorry, but hopefully it continues. It's working for some, not working for others. Stay with us for this exciting finish.
Yeah, and certainly on the SFL YouTube channel, this game will be posted, I'm sure, and coverage continuing on social media, on our stat channels.
No doubt. Memphis has a 24-17 lead over Lexington here. If you're just joining us after Madison took care of Birmingham 19-3. That Fuel offense continuing to sputter. That pass is nearly intercepted. Lexington's offense continues their struggles as Patton was the intended target. Just a field goal on the board here in the second half.
Yeah, and David Burr has really been, we have to take our hats off to him. He's really been trying. He's really been coming up with these creative plays. And now under the gun, you really have to, his limits of how much he can do are going to be tested here.
Handoff to O'Shaughnessy, nothing there. Miles Gibson shuts it down again. O'Shaughnessy down to 3 yards a carry. A quiet 76 yards tonight, but it's just not enough. Lexington's gone too conservative. It's 3rd and long. They got to pass here.
Yeah, they have to. I mean, it wouldn't make sense anything else.
4 minutes left. This is a 3rd down and 9. And it's wide open for a first down. That's Armstrong to the 42-yard line on a busted coverage.
Yeah, great play by Lexington there, creating the mismatch in the middle of the field, and they're going to keep marching. Hopefully, they don't have to use any timeouts. That's certainly the dream scenario for Lexington.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line, 3:30 to go. A touchdown wins the game. Handoff O'Shaughnessy, there's a flag, and O'Shaughnessy gets about half of what they need, and I think they'll take the penalty yards, keep it first down.
Well, pressure on both teams here. I mean, you really can't fault the Memphis defense too much. Time starting to run out. Both sides trying to make a play, and defense getting a little jumpy there.
Morgan Mills called for the offside. That helps the Miners. 1st and 5 at the Lexington 47-yard line. Handoff O'Shaughnessy again. They just have totally gone away from the passing attack. Down 7 here. Really surprising. Mills on the tackle.
Yeah, and really you feel like it's going to come down to David Burr's arm, but that's sort of the issue, right? That Lexington have used the run to create the options on passing, and what happens when those options on the run dry up.
Flip outside. O'Shaughnessy's wide open. Memphis not expecting that. Lexington into River Runner territory under 3 minutes to go.
Yeah, like we've been saying all game. I mean, we keep saying it, but it bears repeating. Bailey O'Shaughnessy continuing to be a reliable option on the outside, and David Burr continuing to find these options.
2:40 to go. First down at the 45. Now Burr rushing up a little bit to the line, a little. Down 7. They're going to hand it off to O'Shaughnessy again. Cuts it left. Nothing there. Tackle made by Markov. 2:20 to play. Burr going to throw. Pass is through the hands of the intended target. That's Perry, who's had a couple of great receptions. Not on that one. 3rd and 10 now.
Yeah, chance to readjust and realign for Lexington, but really you got to find a rhythm as you're marching down the field here.
3rd down at the 44. Out of the gun, 4 wide. Gonna have to check it down to Bailey. Bailey's got 3 River Runners all around him. Look at Coach Rowe, or Coach Rie, rather. He is so excited. He's off the sideline. 4th and 8. And I think the ball game's coming up right here after the 2-minute warning. Memphis 24, Lexington 17. The River Runners trying to hold on. They played a brilliant second half, and they're 2 minutes away from 500. You're watching the SFLm on YouTube.
Lexington choosing to go for it here.
4 wide. 2 minutes left. This could be the game. Burr looking for someone to get open. Drag route, fight for the sticks. Didn't get it. They mark him short. Armstrong with the reception, but he cannot get the first down.
Oh, so close. You cannot fault Armstrong for for any sort of lack of effort there.
That ball, yep, I think that's a good call. They needed about the 34 and a half. Only got to the 35, and Lexington's in real trouble now.
Time management going to be key for Memphis, as is not giving up any turnovers.
First down to the 35. Wells can't get away. Haven't seen a lot of broken tackles here tonight. Defenses have been terrific. That's Chad Owens again. Lexington going to call another timeout. So if they can get the stop, they'll probably have a minute and 5 seconds or so with no timeouts. Going to be tough.
Yeah, and a first down here from Memphis is really, really crucial. Then Lexington is out of timeouts, and you really can just sort of kneel it down at that point.
2nd and 10 at the 35. Handoff to Wells. Wells makes a man miss. 3-yard gain, and that's it. So 1 first down ices it for Memphis.
Maybe one more chance for Lexington. Maybe. And that's really all they need now is a chance. But can Memphis finish it off?
2 receivers, short side left. Would they dare to throw it here? There's only 1 defender on the outside. Nope, they're going to toss it out to Wells, looking for a couple of blockers, but the tackle made pretty easily there by Josh Rowe. So here we go. Lexington's going to get 1 last shot. With about a minute and 5 seconds left, it's not going to be great field position, and the Miners' offense really has not had a lot of explosive plays, but Eric Ketchum has shown his ability deep. David Garris has been a great possession receiver. Maybe Patton can come alive for Lexington here in the final minute.
And Memphis are really in shoe clock formation here. I think you maybe even go all the way down to 0 and use a timeout.
Punt is away, and actually Lexington going to have less time than I thought. Under a minute to go. On the return, not much there for Way. 58 seconds left. If Memphis wins the game, they'll improve to 2-2. And for standings purposes, that would bring Memphis up above Lexington, above Tacoma, and they would be sitting in 5th place, just outside the playoff race. And actually they would be tied with San Jose for 4th place. So right there on the bubble of playoffs, that's what Memphis is trying to get to halfway through their season. This is Lexington's 5th game. They don't want to get their 3rd loss. Deep ball for Burr. One-on-one coverage, and actually a terrific job by the linebacker, Gibson, all the way deep in coverage on Armstrong, and forces an incomplete pass.
Yeah, both these situations really test your mettle as a football player, and really both teams stepping up to handle the situation here.
2nd down of the 26. Just 1 field goal of offense in the second half for the Miners. After they led almost the entirety of the first half, Burr is sacked! Gets his legs taken out from under him. That's sacked by Isaac Forrester, who was picked up just last week.
And they have no timeout, so they're going to have to go hurry up.
3rd and 17, down to 36 seconds to go. Burr takes another deep drop back. Burr, pressure again. Sidearm ball is knocked away. It's Gibson again. 4th down. Miles Gibson, deep in coverage, has been brilliant in the last 3 plays, and it's all or nothing here for the Miners now.
Pressure coming in here from Memphis. I mean, it's been there all game, but now it's precise, it's heavy, and it's coming with 4th and 17. Lexington have to go for it.
They're going empty with 4 wide. They better hope that they got a deep route out of this. Man coverage on the line, just a 3-step drop. That's not going to get it done. That's a turnover, and that's a victory for Memphis. Lexington's slide continues. That was not the play they wanted on 4th and long. And the River Runners, terrific second half. An all-around game from O.J. Bruin makes it happen. Bruin, a near-perfect night on QBR, did not throw an interception tonight. Memphis did not have a turnover, and they are going to get a gritty 24-17 victory on the road.
Yeah, that grit is really the reason that we were able to pull off a playoff run last year, and you really have to wonder if that's going to be the exact same story when the history books are written on this season. Very proud of this team and the way that we've performed. A great effort by Lexington on the other side of the ball. Nothing to be ashamed of for either team here.
Next week, Albuquerque unbeaten takes on Madison. That's a 4-0 versus a 3-1 game. You won't want to miss that. Lexington 2-3 will take on Tacoma. The Grizzlies suffering a loss, so those two teams are 2-3. That's going to be a big game. Ottawa takes on Memphis. Memphis at 2-2. Ottawa 1-3 will both be coming off of victories in that contest as we wrap things up here in Lexington. And then the final game next week, Salt Lake and San Jose. The Flight 2-2, the Rustlers 3-1. So a bunch of major games in the standings coming up in week 6 of SFLm. There's your final stats. Both teams under 300 yards of offense. But overall, Alden, a pretty clean game, fun, competitive game. We saw some big plays, too, like that one, the first career touchdown for Israel Adams.
Yeah, and I mean, you love to see it as a player. You love to see it as a fan. I mean, you certainly don't want to see your team get blown out, but it really, these close, tight games do make those high-scoring affairs feel that much more special.
That was a play right there.
Amazing. That is amazing. That is going to be on the end-of-year highlight reels. My goodness.
Sakalaridis with the game-changing interception, and that was just the kind of second half that was happening with Lexington. You know, they get that kick INT, the long touchdown to Israel on basically what ended up being a busted coverage. And then, you know, the defensive line for Memphis came to play as well. Morgan Mills, a couple key tackles. O'Shaughnessy was bottled up. Forrester got a sack late that forced a 3rd and long, and Lexington didn't know how to get out of that jam.
Yeah, a game of inches, not a game of miles, and Memphis gutting out a win here.
Player of the game, G.P. Wells. He had 77 all-purpose yards and 2 touchdowns. Not the greatest of stat sheets, but Wells gets it done, and Memphis gets to 500. Thanks to Alden Bleeker for stepping in tonight for David Ware, who had a family emergency, and we hope all is well with David and hope to see him next week. And for all of us at the Simulation Football League, I'm Cameron Irvine. This has been a presentation of the Simulation Football League. On YouTube, we say good night, and we'll see you Sunday night for more SFLm action. Take care.